Hey, how's it going? And welcome to another JOJOLands chapter review. Alright, another month, another chapter of the JOJOLands. And it is with a very heavy heart that I must announce it seems like, at least for the time being, this will be our last chapter with Kishibe Rohan. Can I please get a crying emoji as well as a pray emoji in the comments? Thank you. But yeah, this chapter starts where the last one left off, as the diamond continues to escape from Dragona's hands, and Rohan ties up Paco and Usagi, and a reoccurring theme of this chapter seems to be bondage? You know, last time, I made the joke in the chapter review about how the cover art had Rohan all bound up by Jodio. It's like, oh, what is this, some kind of fetish shit going on? But, it happens an uncomfortable amount of times in this chapter. It's kind of weird. Oh, my oven just finished heating up. I'm making some pizza rolls. You guys want some pizza rolls? Email me at this web zone if you would like a pizza roll. Let me go put those in the oven. Alright, they're in. Let's see if I can get this review done before they're cooked. So Rohan calls the cops on this gang of ne'er-do-wells. And after he gives the cops the rundown on the situation, he's like, okay, Dragona, it's your turn now. Come get in on the bondage action. So he picks up the diamond and makes a break for it. But unfortunately, he doesn't make it very far as the diamond, once again of its own free will, moves to another location, this time inside of a teacup. As well as a bunch of the money that Paco was trying to steal, it also sort of makes its way towards Rohan. So Dragona's like, bro, what's going on? As Daddy, I mean Rohan, attempts to bind him again. That's when Jodio uses November Rain to mess up the inside of his house. And so as Rohan makes his way towards Jodio's location, he falls through the floor and gets tied up by Jodio. Like, this chapter is full of bondage. Every fucking character gets tied up. So it turns out what Jodio did was he used the weight of November Rain. Basically, the way November Rain works is it seems like he can alter the actual weight of the rain, and he can make it heavy enough so that it, punches through the concrete in the floor. And this leads into definitely my favorite part of the chapter is the interactions between Jodio and Rohan. So as it turns out, Jodio is a massive Rohan simp. I mean, kind of same. Jodio starts going on about how he respects Rohan, how he's a fan of his work. So now that Rohan is incapacitated, they start talking about their situation, how the cops are on the way, and even though they keep trying, the diamond keeps managing to escape from them. And Rohan explains, okay, this would have worked out a lot better if you just, gave up, because now something worse is about to happen. You guys are being followed. And so Jodio hands Rohan his phone and says, Rohan-sensei, please call the police and tell them there was a mistake. And then fucking Rohan hits him with the I refuse. The fucking iconic line that's been, this line has been kind of a meme, especially in the Japanese fan base for, literal decades at this point. So it's kind of cool to see Araki referencing it here. And so Jodio just starts unleashing his inner Koichi, talking about how he really likes Pink Dark Boy, and how much he likes Rohan's philosophy, his approach towards manga. And then he starts talking about the lava. And Rohan freaks out. This is the most emotion we have seen Rohan display the entire part. So Jodio explains that when he was making his way through the house, he picked up some of the lava rocks. And he speculates that the real thing of value here is not the diamond, it's the lava rock. And that the real reason Rohan came here wasn't just to go on vacation. It was actually for the lava. And so Jodio basically bargains with Rohan saying, okay, if you don't just let us go, I'll destroy the lava rocks. And just to show that he's serious, he takes Rohan's phone and fucking smashes one of the rocks, and Rohan freaks out. He's like, bro, what are you doing? And so with that threat enacted, it seems like they're pretty much good to go. Rohan gives up on the whole letting the police go after them thing. And it seems like Rohan kind of takes a liking to Jodio. He ends up kind of respecting him. He's like, can't believe I got beaten by a group of brats, but you're pretty interesting, Jodio. Take care of that lava rock. And then he gives him the speech about the fucking mechanisms, bro. Mechanism. He says, if you handle the lava rock with care, then you'll be able to become filthy rich. Such a mechanism will gradually become yours. A law of nature lies in that lava rock. Go ahead and embrace ambition. Don't lose heart. Climb higher. And so he says, go on, get out of here. I'll rescind my police report. Whatever you do, though, don't tell anybody about the lava rock. And with that, the gang takes off, and presumably this is the last we're gonna see of Rohan, at least for a while. And you know, just having this character in the JoJo lands, it really has made my read-along so much fun and so enjoyable. I don't think fucking anybody was expecting Rohan to show up in this part. So even though it seems like he's not joining the main crew like I was hoping, Rohan has nonetheless left a permanent impact on this series, and I really do think that in the coming, like, years, I'm gonna look back on reading through the JoJo lands and looking forward to new Rohan content with so much fondness and so much nostalgia. Like, this legitimately has been some of the most fun I've ever had reading through manga, in large part due to Rohan's presence, so yeah, I think Araki made the right call on this one. So the crew makes their way out of the villa, and it turns out that Usagi stole some art from Rohan. This poor man got fucking plundered. Like, they took his diamond, they took his lava rocks, they took just straight up money from him, and Usagi grabbed himself a nice pink Dark Boy painting. And so right as Paco starts talking about how he was able to take the diamond just fine, the same cat from earlier shows up, alongside his two comrades, who also look exactly like him as they begin chasing down the crew. And that concludes chapter 5. So yeah, this is another good one. It seems like this is going to be the end of our little Rohan's Villa sub-arc, I guess. And it seems like for sure the next sort of big thing that's going to be going on is our battle against whatever's going on with these cats. There's a lot of possibilities that are going on here. One idea is just the idea that these cats are kind of like the rat bug-eaten from part 4. And then they're different animals. They just all happen to have like the same stand. But either way, these cats are definitely up to no good. Of course, the big mystery of, I mean, basically the whole story at this point still revolves around the diamond and now the lava rocks. Both of these things being related to like rocks, obviously, or minerals or whatever, makes me kind of wonder if they have any relation to the rock humans from part 8. And then there's the diamond, which Rohan can seemingly manipulate or like have it be drawn to him. Like we saw earlier, of course, that Dragona was just not able to take the diamond. Every time he did, it would either fall out of his hands or like reappear somewhere else. And so it seemed almost like bound to Rohan in some way. The thing that it kind of reminds me of the most is, weirdly enough, the corpse from part 7, the Holy Corpse, because it had a kind of similar thing going on where negative forces would be repelled from whoever possessed it, and it would only allow like positive things to be near it. And we also saw that Rohan's money sort of like went towards him whenever he activated the diamond or like made it get closer to him or whatever. And these things happen at the same time, so it seems like the diamond sort of correlates to other objects that are in the possession of whoever owns it. Like we saw in one of the previous chapters that the lava rocks moved with the diamond, right? Like they were stuck in the safe originally, and then after the diamond was taken, that's when the lava rock started to move with it. So whatever the diamond is, it's definitely playing back into a lot of stuff we've seen previously in parts 7 and 8. Stuff having to do with like the blessings of the earth and flow and just these positive and negative forces that exist in this canon. So what it is specifically, I don't think I can say with confidence, but I'm definitely certain that it has something to do with a lot of the themes that have been presented in the previous parts. So who knows, it may end up in some way relating to the corpse or Johnny Joestar or some of the concepts of calamity and flow that we saw in part 8. Yeah, as per usual, we'll just have to wait and see. But either way, I'm definitely intrigued by the mystery of the diamond and the lava rocks. Whatever these things are, they're definitely significant to make Rohan freak the fuck out when Jodio destroyed one. And even though we're really early into the part, it seems like Araki is already kind of planting the seeds for this to be another sort of mystery-based part, kind of the way that part 8 was. I don't know if it'll end up being quite as intricate as part 8, since that was by far the most kind of like dynamic and intricate story Araki had told up to that point. So this time around, he might be wanting to go for something a little bit more simple, who knows, but either way, I'm for sure interested, and I'm also interested in seeing how this cat battle royale is about to play out. I need to wrap this up. I gotta get my pizza rolls out the oven. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.